When was the last time you witnessed history happen before your very eyes? We have never seen someone like Donk.
Vaulting from Donk! Donk's doing it all! Donk does deliver! Donk closes it down!
I never expected Donk.
Instead of using the AWP, which has been the weapon of choice for many of Counter-Strike's greats over the years, Donk uses rifles. Donk is changing the game by not just using rifles, but doing the impossible with a rifle, instead of with the big green. No one does it like Donk.
Pull off an unbelievable clutch to keep his team in it!
And while he may not yet be at the levels of prestige held by Simple and ZywOo just yet, he's already one of the greatest riflers of all time, matching Nico in only 18 months. So how has Donk changed the game, and changed what people believe is possible? Well, in this video, we're going to take a look, and glaze Donk like Chinese fans glaze Donk.exe. You better continue to keep your eyes on this young man, because as Sebastian Vettel once said,
"We have to remember these days, because there's no guarantee that they will last forever. Enjoy them as long as they last. I love you guys."
What do you expect from a rookie? Entering the Tier 1 scene, playing their first S-tier event in front of a roaring crowd. Potentially just for someone to not completely shit the bed, be somewhat reliable, and just not be a liability for the team.
Bruh.
Showing resilience in the face of tens of thousands of people at your first event is a rare occurrence. Maybe, in a best case scenario, you'll get someone like ZywOo or m0NESY being brought in as a star player and performing from day one, with ZywOo being the best player on Vitality from the day he joined and dropping 1.14 at his first ever large event, Cato 2019. Or m0NESY taking second place at his first ever large event with a 1.15 rating, also at Katowice. These are two of the most successful rookies we have ever seen. And then came Donk. Donk blows them out of the water. After moving from Spirit Academy to the main Spirit roster, he played a small number of smaller events, including getting an MVP at BetBoom Dutcher in 2023, before Spirit made their way to Donk's first ever S-tier event, Katowice. In his first match at Cato against Na'Vi, he dropped 1.49, probably the first time many people had ever seen the guy play. Not a bad way to make an entrance into the public eye. He then proceeded to play better in each preceding game, hitting 1.66 against Complexity and then 1.83 against FaZe to comfortably make semis. People were beginning to realise that this lad was something very special. In the semi-finals, his first ever match in front of a large audience, he dropped 1.64, with 14 opening kills, only dying 3 times on his opening attempts. Absolute menace. Then, the grand final, and Spirit were coming up against FaZe, the kings of CS2 at this point, having reached the grand final of each and every event they had attended since the launch of the new game. The maps selected in the veto were Nuke, Mirage, Overpass, Ancient, and Anubis, and domination transpired. Spirit take the series 3-0, and Donk does it all, with a rating of 1.93. The highest in an S-tier grand final in history. And with a total rating across the entire event of 1.70, he easily took the MVP off his first large event. To put this 1.70 in perspective, it had only been achieved once before, by Nico at ESL 1 New York in 2017. An absolute life series from Nico, the best rifler to touch Counter-Strike, never achieved by anyone else, not even Simple or ZywOo. And Donk comes along and matches it on his first appearance at an S-tier event. What the fuck?
Unprecedented, eclipsing all who came before him on the grand final stage.
He then proceeds to have the greatest year we've ever seen in Counter-Strike, smashing out high ratings at pretty much every event he attended, with only 2 events with negative ratings over the entire year of 2024, EWC and Cologne 24. He even comfortably takes the major MVP, finishing up the year in the same fashion he started it. dunking on FaZe. Then, after the major, Donk cleaned up at the HLTV Awards, taking every award he was eligible for. Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Clip of the Year, and Opener of the Year. And with all of these accolades, you would think he had a strong team surrounding him, helping set him up for all of these stomps. But he did it all himself. Think Simple with Zeus and Edward, or Nico on Mouse, having to do everything or going out early. B-Trams, an analyst on Twitter, showcased this with a dataset he put together. Donk was the only player in the entire scene that if he performed badly, his team has a 100% loss rate. In the rare cases Donk drops less than a 1.0 rating, Spirit wins 0% of the time. And Donk did this all as an entry, quite often the role that suffers in rating because of how difficult it is to create space and open sites for everyone else to move in. In situations where someone should really only be getting 1, if that, Donk is getting 2 consistently. He has rewritten what expectations are for rookies. We can see how that has now started to affect perceptions, with some of the rookies in 2025 playing well, but since they're not on the level Donk was, people are not seeing how good they really are. With Donk now having set a precedent, it'll be difficult for a rookie to ever impress to the same extent again. With players like PR and Kyosuke, they have been incredibly impressive, both far exceeding what one would expect from a rookie, with Kyosuke able to perform even when the Falcons power duo isn't firing, and PR being by far the most valuable player on Gamer Legion, consistently putting in big numbers, and they're performing more than expected. But, with Donk having done what he did only last year, people look at these stats and go, I guess they're okay. Donk has changed how we see rookies forever, and has redefined what we see as even possible. Hello. While I'm here glazing Donk, I'm also going to take this opportunity to glaze myself. More than 96% of you are not subscribed, but I really want you to, and I'll make it worth your while. What I can offer you is a really deep bow. So if you're not subscribed, close your eyes for this next bit, okay? This is only for subscribers, okay? This is for you. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful deep bow. And also, I'm giving away this Phantom Disruptor on my Discord, so go and join that down in the description as well. Okay, back to the video. Bye. Finally, glazing Donk in one more way. His consistency. When he exploded onto the scene at Katowice 2024, no one really expected him to continue on this path.
This isn't going to be the case, is it? Spirit aren't just going to win the event and Donk's not just going to be the best player in the world, is he? It really? Is that how this is going to go down?
Like, it would have been great, but it felt like a pipe dream. But event after event, he continued to melt people's minds, finishing 2024 as by far the best player, breaking away from the three-man race of Donk, Zaiwu, and Monacy, primarily after his performance at the Shanghai Major. So far, in 2025, Donk has continued his domination, starting the season strong with a first place at Blast Bounty and taking the highest rating, 1.38, at Katowice, despite getting clapped by Vitality in the grand final. But there was a honeymoon phase for Vitality with Robs, so we can forgive this one. Then, for the rest of the season, Donk individually continued to have great results, but he just couldn't carry Burno's favourite player, Magix. However, at the event Vitality gave a miss, PGL Astana, Spirit was able to take their second trophy of the year, with Donk adding another MVP. And after a disappointing major run in Austin, with pretty much everyone other than Donk playing poorly, Spirit finally banished Magix to Minecraft and brought Donk some help.
Look top! There is a spider!
Кто меня ударил? Вы чё, сука?
There is a spider! Look!
In the second half of the season, Vitality decided to nerf themselves, with Rops buying another cursed Porsche and sacking their team manager, Aferin. This enabled Spirit to take Cologne comfortably and made Donk the youngest to ever achieve the Triple Crown: Cologne, Katowice, and a major, with MVPs at each. And the next event, Blast Bounty, Donk again took out another MVP for his 10th total. Donk is already tied 4th place for most MVPs in history, and he's only 18 months into his pro career. His consistency since his debut has been nothing short of miraculous, and I'm so excited to continue to watch Donk play into the future. So, to sum it up, Donk isn't just good, he isn't just great, he is terrifying. Imagine you're a pro player, grinding your whole life, running up death matches for thousands of hours, and then some 17-year-old shows up, fresh out of Siberia, and just makes you look like a joke. And that's the thing with Donk, he's already doing what people thought was impossible. He's made rifling feel as unstoppable and highlight-worthy as the AWP, and he's redefined what we expect from rookies. He has altered how the meta looks. And he's done all of this before he's even old enough to drink. We always talk about players like Simple, m0NESY, and ZywOo as if they were once-in-a-generation talents. Well, now we have Donk too. And that's what makes this so special. We're watching it unfold live. Counter-Strike in 2025 is like watching tennis when Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer were all playing at their peaks. It's history happening right in front of us. And if you blink, you're gonna miss it.